California, Chuck DeVore.
Woo!
Good afternoon, Orange County. I'm Chuck DeVore, and I'm running against Barbara Boxer. How many of you think that Barbara Boxer has been on Capitol Hill for too many years? Now, there's a few of you out here that have actually been around for less time than Barbara Boxer's been on Capitol Hill. 28 years. Now, you know, it'd be one thing if she's done some good things for us in those 28 years, wouldn't it? What is the first order of any elected official in this nation? What is the first thing that they do as their first official act?
Swear an oath.
They raise their right hand and they swear an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, you are we the people. We the people. That is why I am running for the U.S. Senate. We the people, to restore constitutional governance to this nation. We the people. What is the purpose of our government? Is the purpose of our government to protect us from our own greed and stupidity? Or is the purpose of government what our founding fathers said it was? To preserve our rights. To preserve our unalienable rights. That's the purpose of government. And if you look at Barbara Boxer's entire 28-year history on Capitol Hill, you will see an elected official who year after year after year has grown government at the expense of individual liberty and responsibility, who has grown government with money largely borrowed from China that our children and our grandchildren will have to pay back for generations. We can beat Barbara Boxer in 2010, and you know why? Look to the left and right. That's why. We the people. That's why. I'm going to ask a question. Listen very carefully. How many of you, prior to this year, prior to last year's Tea Parties, were ever active in politics at all? Before last year, were you active? Okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, look around. You'll see that only less than 1/3 of the people raised their hands. Think about that. Why is it that 2/3 of the people here today are here engaged in the political process for the first time in their lives? What is it that triggered them to come out here today and to get engaged in the Tea Party movement?
Because the progressives took over.
Have you had enough? That's what I thought. Ladies and gentlemen, think about this moment of history that we're in now. Do you suppose that there would be a Tea Party movement today if the Republicans simply lost in 2006 and 2008 because it was their turn to lose? Or do you suppose that we have a Tea Party movement today because while many of the people here do not like what is going on in both Sacramento and in Washington, D.C., well, that's true. Many of you do not yet trust the Republican Party to do the right thing. Is that true? Now, why is that? You don't trust Arnold Schwarzenegger? Ladies and gentlemen, we the people, let me ask you a question. Are all Republicans the same? No. Interesting. So all the Republicans aren't the same. Are you telling me that some Republicans vote for higher taxes?
Yes.
Are you telling me that some Republicans vote for bigger government?
Yes.
Are you telling me that some Republicans maybe don't have the same backing of the Constitution that other Republicans do?
Yes.
Interesting. Well, you must be a bunch of radicals. I hope that the representatives from the Department of Homeland Security were out there taking your pictures on the way in. Yeah, exactly. We the people, this is our year. This is our year because this is the year we have waken up. This is the year that we say that government has advanced at the expense of liberty no more. This is the year that we say that liberty will now advance. This is the year that we say no. That we say no to all those high-priced campaigns with all the consultants and all the slick ads trying to tell us what they think we want to hear. I think that the American public are ready to hear some truth. That we can't keep growing government with debt, and that we need to stick to the Constitution. We need to stick with basics, because the purpose of government isn't to give us everything that we could possibly want. The purpose of government is to secure our unalienable rights. Now let me let you in on a very interesting development that the campaign saw yesterday. There's a new poll out. Rasmussen reports. Yeah. They've been polling in the U.S. Senate race in California every month now for a while. January they polled and they found that all three Republicans running were within the margin of Barbara Boxer. February they found that all three Republicans running against Barbara Boxer were again within the statistical margin of error. Very interesting. March, the same result. And now yesterday they report that Tom Campbell, a former congressman who, while he was running for governor last year, backed the biggest tax increase in U.S. history at the state level, and backed a 32-cent-a-gallon gas tax increase on what's already America's highest gas tax, that Tom Campbell was 2 points behind Barbara Boxer. Now, they also showed that Carly Fiorina, the former head of Hewlett-Packard, someone who backed the nomination of Sonia Sotomayor to the U.S. Supreme Court, someone who, when she was working for John McCain, supported John McCain's cap-and-trade light, someone who, when she was working as John McCain's chief economic advisor, backed the bailout of Wall Street. Carly Fiorina was 4 points behind Barbara Boxer, still within the statistical margin of error. Well, if you listen to those people who are oh so smart in California, those folks that helped give us Arnold Schwarzenegger, they will tell you that a principled and proven conservative cannot win statewide in California. Well, the Rasmussen Report poll begs to differ, because yesterday they had me 3 points behind Barbara Boxer. That's a remarkable achievement for someone who actually has principles. And as if to show that principles are actually popular, if you look at my positive name ID,